Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Juliet Excel. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about limitations. Limitations is something that I think controls a lot of people in their everyday life. The thing is, you do not have to be controlled by anything. You are the creator. You can do anything that you desire to do. You have the ability to do anything that you desire to do. You have free will. A lot of people have desires to do things, but they'll go their whole life without doing it because they think that they have a limitation. And the truth is, you do not have a limit to anything. I definitely don't want anybody to be doing anything, to anyone else physically that they shouldn't be doing. So don't, take what I'm saying the wrong way. I am saying, however, whatever it is that you desire to do for yourself, if you have the capability to do that, the quicker that you realize this, the quicker that you will be able to achieve whatever it is that you would like to achieve. Has anyone ever heard this saying that you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it? Well, that saying is so accurate. It is so true. And a lot of people, when they're saying it, they're saying, okay, you just need to figure out how to do it and work towards it. Then you will be able to achieve it. This is true. This is true. So many famous scientists talk about this. You should not be saying that it is not true or that it is false till you have acted and did your own experiment. So when I say put your mind to it, I do not mean figure out how to do it. I do not mean figure out how to do whatever it is that you need to do. I mean, of course you can do that. But what I'm saying is I am saying that you need to think that you can do it. And I don't mean that you need to feel like it's true that you can do it, but simply think it. You can feel like you are the most powerless person in the world. But if you affirm to yourself, or you just tell yourself that you can do anything, that will be your reality. That will be your reality. So the truth is, you do not need to find truth in what you are saying. As long as you stick to that story, that will be your reality. With that being said, stop dreaming so low. I know people say aim for the stars, the sky is the limit, but there is no limit. There is no limit. You can do whatever it is that you desire to do. Again, I see a lot of people never doing what they really want to do in life. This is not just pertaining to career. It does not matter what you want to do. If you want to travel the world, you should travel the world. There should be no limitations in your mind. You should not be like to want something and then never achieve it or act on it. It it has to be something that's just so off-putting. I just feel like that must be so depressing to want to have done something and then you just never do it. What you think that you can do is the limit. So you are the limit. You are the limit. For something to be realistic is such a man-made concept. It is such a man-made concept because you can do anything. So there truly is no there is no such thing as realistic. And when you if you start to, if you're thinking in your head right now, well, this probably isn't real. I guarantee you there is probably a document on it that you just have to go looking for. There are documents on everything. There are documents on almost every single thing, probably everything. From the shoes you wear to the air you breathe, there is probably a document on it. So do not go believing that something is not realistic. That was a word that I'm still currently able to spell it. It is there's a word that I'm able to spell it with ease. I'm able to spell with ease. But to other people, they're like, oh, this word is so hard for me to spell. I always struggle with this. And the first time somebody told me that, I got so like I just started overthinking every time I would spell the word. So I would start messing up on that word. And I'm able to spell it with ease again. There are simply so many times There are simply so many times where people put limitations on themselves. And had they not had those limitations on themselves, they would have thrived. They would have thrived. Your body responds to what you tell it. You can look this up. Your body responds to what you tell it. I mean, you don't even have to look it up. You can see this in your everyday. When you you command yourself to get up and go use the bathroom. That is your mind. And so many people don't realize that they are using their mind, rather the subconscious mind, whether to their benefit or disadvantage, every single day. There are two type of people in sports that give them two different types of outcomes. One person, let's say this person plays soccer. This person, they come into the game and they're talking down on themselves. They are so nervous. They think they're going to do bad and they're talking down on themselves. When they perform, it shows that they were talking down on themselves. The other player, however, spoke confidently to themselves the whole ride there. They spoke confidently to themselves while they were playing, and they let themselves have fun. They weren't tense because they knew that they were good either way. So they weren't anxiously attached to any outcome. What you think, so you become. This is a popular belief. This is a this is a popular belief throughout many cultures, throughout many different types of religions. It is popular in science. The next time that you feel things are not going your way, reverse your mindset. And again, it's not even about feeling that it is true. It's about saying it and sticking with it that matters. I'm going to give you an example of picking a story and sticking with it. This is a fictional story. But let's say Holly, she is a marathon runner and she feels like she can't continue her run. It's not like her body is shutting down, but she just mentally feels like she can't do it. Instead of Holly repeating that in her conscious mind and letting it be spoken to the subconscious, she could flip the story and say that she is strong and she is able to run and finish the marathon with ease. Holly does not have to think that is true. She doesn't even have to repeat it 5,000 times. But once she picks that narrative and sticks with it, Holly will do a Holly will be Holly will be able to complete that marathon with a breeze. With a breeze. A lot of people doubt the pop. A lot of people doubt the power of the mind. But the thing is, they are using their mind every single day. However, they aren't using it to their advantage. Holly could have easily said, oh, she sucks. She can't finish that race, and the race is too hard. When she stuck with that story, her circumstances would have matched. So Holly would have quit the marathon. Let's just say, yeah, Holly would have quit the marathon, and she would have thought that she genuinely couldn't do it. Use your mind to your advantage, not your disadvantage. Again, a lot of people doubt the power that the mind has. But these are the people that are speaking down on the things that they want to do. And I don't mean calling it stupid or anything, but these are the people that are saying they can't do what it is that they want to do, or they can't achieve what it is that they want to achieve. Then they're not realizing that their circumstances are matching what they are thinking. Really think about it, really sit about it. A lot of you guys have thoughts that produce doubt in your mind about anything that you can do, or it's not even about the feeling that it produces. Just a lot of you guys speak doubtfully, or think, not even speaking, but a lot of you guys think doubtfully about what it is that you can do. And you don't even realize that you are keeping yourself in that same situation because you keep thinking as that same person from that story that you no longer want. So again, pick a story and stick with it. Now here's the thing, a lot of people have the tools and the resources that they need in order to achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve, or receive whatever it is that they want to receive, but they don't use them. And then they'll come for people like me who is giving the information, who is sharing information that your mind is really all you need. And they'll be like, you were wrong. But the truth is, we weren't wrong. You just didn't use the tools that you were given. Imagine thinking that you want cake, and then the ingredients all spawn in front of you. All the ingredients that you need for your delicious cake spawns in front of you, but you choose not to use the ingredients in order to make the cake. And then you get mad because you're like, oh, well, I really wanted to bake the cake, but I can't bake the cake. Like when you hear it like that, you might be thinking, when you hear it like that, you might be thinking, that is so wrong, that's so crazy. Exactly. It's crazy. And it's crazy because, like I'm saying, the ingredients are in your face, but you're complaining and you're complaining about not being able to bake the cake. That is what some of your guys' circumstances are like. The ingredients are literally in your face. They're in your face. And it's not wrong though, because a lot of you guys, a lot of you guys would be like, I want to go on a trip. I want to go on a trip. I want to go on a free trip. And then you're listening to the radio. They say, okay, you know, do this. Let's just enter this, put your name into this raffle, and you will be able to have a chance to be, and then you will have a chance to be picked for a free trip. But you're like, no, I never win it, so I'm not gonna do it. That is what some of you guys are like. So use the tools that you are given. Now I want to give emphasis on a point that I made earlier. You do not need to find truth in what you are telling yourself. You simply need to stick to the story. Again, you do not need to find truth in it. Just stick to the story. You do not need to truly feel that you are confident. But if you keep telling yourself that you are confident, eventually you will feel it and you will act like it. It's really all about, it is really all about persisting. It's all about persisting to what it is that you want. I think it's really hard for a lot of people to allow it to be easy. In society, people are often told that things shouldn't be easy, and then if it's easy, then something's wrong, which it simply isn't true. Things are allowed to be easy. And since people have that deep programming that if it's easy, then something's wrong with it, when they are given the information like this, they make it so complicated. They just make it so complicated when it's really as simple as everything that I'm saying. You do not need to find truth in what you are saying. You simply need to speak it and stick with it. You don't even, again, you don't have to affirm it or have the thought 1 million times. All you need to do is think it once and stick with that. Like, stick with that outcome. But you can affirm it however many times you need, or just do whatever it is that you need to do to feel that it's going to work, because I feel like if you don't feel like it's going to work out for you, then you're going to start acting from a place of anxious attachment, and I feel that you might start going back to the reality at which you were trying to leave. And I want to reiterate, if you want to get from point A to point B, and you're like on the trip, but you keep feeling like, okay, well, I'm never going to get to point B, then I feel eventually you're going to go back to point A. You do not need to find truth in it to achieve it. You do not need to find truth in it to have it. I really hope you guys enjoy today's episode. I feel it's very informational and you can learn so much from this episode. Not just this episode, though. You can learn so much throughout all of the episodes on my podcast. It's not even just about learning, because a lot of time people already have this information, but they need that wake up call. They need someone else to say it. They need to hear someone else say it for it to really register. Or maybe they just need a different perspective. I want you guys to all pick something that you see as easy to achieve, and then just keep affirming it. Just keep affirming it. I'm gonna say affirm it just because I feel like that I feel that it'll be easier for most people to just continue to affirm it rather than rather than just saying it once, and rather than just thinking it once and sticking with it. So I want you guys to pick something that you feel that is easy to achieve, easy to get, just something like that, something that can happen to you that you feel like is easy. And I want you guys to basically affirm that you have it in the when you around the time where you first wake up, and when you are about to go to sleep. Pick something and then create 5 affirmations centered around it. Repeat these affirmations when you first wake up. You don't have to do it immediately, but when you first wake up and then when you're about to go to bed. Just for example, you could say, if you want ice cream, or really you don't even have to want it. You're just like, okay, I guess I'm gonna do what she's telling me. So I pick ice cream to be my thing. Okay, my 5 affirmations are, I own a jar of ice cream. Someone bought me a jar of ice cream, and include the ice cream that you want in your affirmations. This is so important. But yeah, I have this ice cream. I really enjoyed eating X ice cream today. X ice cream tastes tasted so good when I ate it today. I am so grateful to have X ice cream, a jar of X ice cream in my refrigerator. Just something like that. And you guys can, look up how to form affirmations. For me, I think it's important to say your affirmations in the now. I want you guys to do that. And then I want you guys to you can DM me on Instagram your results. I'm really excited for you guys to do this because I think it's really cool. And consciously using your mind is one of the best things ever because it just really it allows for a better life, in my opinion, a life that you want to live, a life to the fullest. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of Julia XO. Please don't forget to leave the podcast 5 stars. It helps it reach more people and it means so much to me.